And ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go 3 rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter sitting 5 feet 7 inches tall. Weighing in 145 3/4 pounds, he brings a professional record, 4 victories and 2 defeats into the cage. From Madera, California, here is Arturo Mighty Mouse Bacerra.
What's up, everybody? Coach Jessie here, back with another video. I'm a coach. I've coached a lot of fighters in my time. I've had a lot of fighters under me, pros, amateurs. But going like way back, one of my first pro fighters. Happy to introduce to you guys Art Mighty Mouse BECERRA.
What up, y'all?
Yeah.
Good to be here, man, with Coach Jessie. It's really fun being around this guy. He really motivates me. Makes me laugh every time. And especially if we're like stepping stones, which we were not stepping stones back then. Ain't that right, Coach?
No. The people did not use you as a stepping stone. You were a beast, bro.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean? You would stone them. You know, so, but me and Art, we go way back. Long time. FKA. What year was that, bro?
FKA was a long time ago, man. It was shoot. I started fighting. I met you. I know for sure. I met you in 2007, right?
I don't even know.
Well,
I don't even.
It's been a long time, folks. It's been a long time, but I know for sure it's more than 16, 17 years.
Yeah, see, I don't remember.
Good friends.
I don't even remember what I did yesterday, bro. Seriously, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even remember like my wife's birthday, my kid's birthday, like, yeah.
Is it your anniversary today, bro?
Don't even say that, man. Don't even say that. So, Art, we met long time ago. So the story, I was working at a Ford dealership selling cars, and I used to work with the guys there. We'd be out there selling cars, and our time off, I'd be showing them footwork and punches and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and then one day, a new guy came in. His name was Jose.
Torres.
Jose Torres. And the guys were telling, "Hey, coach, show us this and that." And Jose's like, "Oh, you're a coach. You train?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm a Muay Thai coach, striking coach."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I do MMA too. I train guys in Madera. You know what I mean?" And I was like, "Oh, well, that's cool." I was like, "I got a gym here in Clovis, FKA." I was like, you guys are more than welcome. You want to come by, just check out some classes." He's like, "I got fighters." I was like, "Bring them by." You know what I mean? I always like to work with new people.
Yeah.
So I think like a week or two later, they just showed up. Jose showed up, and he brought you.
Yep.
Who else? His brother?
It was me, his brother Rolando. It was a couple other guys. Pancho was there too. He's a really good friend of ours. And some of the other fighters that are no longer in California, they moved out of state already, but they were really good people with us. But the main people that were fighting was Anthony, me, and pretty much that's it, huh? And everybody else
Yeah.
was just going there for support
For
and
training, yeah,
for
just
training,
training. Yeah, it was a
hardcore
lot. Yeah.
training though.
So when he showed up, we went in the ring, and I was kind of asking you, all right, let me kind of move around, let me see what you got. And then I was like, you want to do some pads? And you're like, yeah. So we started working,
Yep.
and I liked your style, I liked your motivation. And then after that, I was like, you know what, bro, I like you. You know what I mean? You got heart. You listen very well. And then I liked your switch kick. It's not better than mine, but at the time I liked it. And then I was like, come back. And you come back, and you came back, and you came back, and it was over from there. You know what I mean? So we had a lot of good times. Before that, what got you into MMA? Like, what was your first experience training or?
Yeah. Well, it was in Madeira. I kept getting into a lot of street fights, lots of street fights, man. Like, it started to be a habit to where I started just laying fools out, like knocking people out in the street, and everybody's like, "Man, dude, you're small and you're knocking bigger guys out than you." And I was just like, "Yeah, I mean, what's so hard about that? Just lean back and hit, you know?"
Toma,
Oh
cabrón.
my god! And sure enough, after all the like maybe 30 fights, I've never lost a street fight. And sure enough, my brother Johnny's friends, which is Aaron and Steven and all the other guys that were in the crew that were just partying, Baca and Davey, and they're all like, you know what? We're gonna give you a nickname. I go, a nickname? What the hell's a nickname? And he goes, we're gonna give you a nickname called Mighty Mouse. And I was like, Mighty Mouse? What's that? And I never knew what Mighty Mouse was until I saw the cartoon. And I was like, you're beating up bigger people, bro. So this is all you. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. So it stuck by me.
It just stuck.
Yeah.
Just like, here's.
I liked it.
Your Mighty Mouse, and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Mhm.
I never used to really. I got in a few fights when I was younger, but I was always like really cool with people. You know what I mean? So I never had to.
That's
Never
true.
had to fight. I was
Yeah.
always funny, and people, you know what I mean? They just like me. You know? So
Yeah. I don't even think I ever seen you get mad ever.
No, I don't. I don't get mad, man.
Nah.
I'm an asshole when it comes to training and coaching people.
Yeah.
Like,
Go home. Go home.
Yeah.
I remember those couple times.
Yeah. Just leave. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, what was your first experience as far as starting to train?
And I'm gonna give you that story.
Good stuff.
So it was with Jose Torres. And
Shout out Jose. I'm sorry. Shout
yeah.
out Jose.
My boy Gringo, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, from Dera. And shout out to all the Torreses, Garcias, Martinez, you know, everybody in Madrid that always supported me around town. It was one of his fighters. His name, oh man, I forgot his name, dude. His name was Sergio. It was one of his fighters. And what's funny was that the first fights that I done were in backyards, and Gringo started to notice that I started fighting, and he goes, "Hey bro, why don't you come to the house, start training in the garage, and see what you got?" So I did, and Anthony Perez was one of his fighters too.
Okay.
Anthony's and then the crew was called First Blood.
First Blood.
Yeah, First Blood. And I was like, "Oh, that's sick, right?" So the guy that signed me for a contract for a year or two was named Hans.
I remember.
You remember Hans?
I remember Hans.
Hustling ass,
Yeah.
okay? But he was good. He was
Yeah.
good, but he was a hustler. You remember that coach?
I know Hans,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah.
The guy was cool. Didn't really give us a lot, but he knew a lot of fighters, a lot of things, but he was always busy with other things that, you know, it is what it is. You're only human. You're only busy every day. And I totally understand that. But, you know, there was more to us than me today. We were ready to venture out and do our thing. And when Gringo would come over my house and train me, he would train Sergio too. And sure enough, everybody started talking about it. And then he goes, "Hey, why don't you fight Sergio?" And I was like, "Sergio, who's that?" Gringo's the fighter. And I'm like, "What? I go there."
Yeah.
I've never seen him. So we set it up one day. It was crazy because we set it up across the street to where I used to live in Nebraska. We in a little empty slot.
So we're not even talking like an amateur fight in the cage. You guys are like talking free fight in the backyard.
Yeah, in the backyard. So it was like,
Crazy.
"Hey, you know what? Sergio could beat you up." Like, yeah, right. I got money on Mighty Mouse. Like, what's up? Let's meet up. So on a Friday in 2008 or 2009, we met up and they came 2 car deep. You know what I mean? And we were like, oh man, serious, you're about to get down. So I went to Walmart and bought me some Everlast MMA gloves and a mouse guard.
And the mouse guard didn't even boil it, just put it in there.
Yeah. I put it in my mouth and I was just like, I feel like gagging.
Yeah.
And they're all like, just get in there, bro. They're here. Let's go across the street. So we strapped up and everything. All of a sudden, when I hit the street coach, everything starts turning slow motion. I was like, oh shit, it's about to happen.
Oh, your
I'm about to-
adrenaline.
Yeah, it hit and everybody was walking slow. So we get to the backyard and we faced off and Gringo and everybody, you know, which is Jose Torres, told us the rules. So when we got there, the first thing my reaction said, all right, you guys ready? Fight. I threw a 1, 2, 3, went down 4, and I went back, and then I threw a switch kick, and I hit him right in his jaw, and I rocked him. And I was like, oh man, I'm made for this. And those were all movies, kung fu movies, Bruce Lee movies, Jackie Chan. That was just mimicking. So yeah, it was the funniest thing because I loved it. And I ended up knocking him out.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
In the backyard.
In the backyard, I ended up knocking him out.
Damn.
And everybody's like, hell yeah, Art, you did it, dude. Like, that's tight. This is made for you. So I got excited, so I stuck to it, and that's when I met this guy when I went to Fresno. And ever since then, we hit it off. We've been friends, and this guy's an amazing coach, by the way. A badass coach. Like, he'll teach you some things.
Say more.
Say more?
Yeah, say more.
Este vato.
Good looking, handsome, funny, sexy.
Oh, he'll teach you. Don't ever leave your hand out like that, because he'll show you.
Remember
Listen,
that?
I
You were
remember.
going like this to me, and I
Yeah.
did a up kick you in your wrist, and your hand just went numb.
I kept trying to post out to throw something at him, and he timed this, and then he threw an up kick and hit me right in my wrist, and I couldn't move my hand for like what 2-3 days,
Mhm.
and it was just lingering everywhere. It was the weirdest thing ever.
I was like, teach you to do this shit to me. Oh, good times. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we would train hard. Art would always come in and give it 100%, man, and he learned so fast.
Mhm.
From like the first time I saw you, you kind of knew the basics, and we just sharpened it up. You know
Yep.
what I mean? But you were a fast learner,
Heck,
and your cardio was amazing, and you were just a dog. You know what I mean? Just
I
a
was.
dog. Yeah.
I was. I think I was like 26 at the time.
Yeah.
Late bloomer. You know, I didn't know. Some of these other MMA fighters, I got thrown to the wolves, huh? Straight out. And coach gave me the recipe on how to build heart, cardio, and explosion. And there was some points where I'm just like, man, anybody could be a fighter. And coach said, so you want to be an ultimate fighter, huh?
Ultimate fighter, huh?
And I swear, never drink milk before a workout. Remember that? He goes, what do you do? I go, I drink milk. And I go, I think it's gonna come up. And I just
Oh, I've made this guy throw up so many times. What are you doing? What the fuck you drinking milk for?
I love
I
milk.
was like, all right, it's coming up.
Yeah,
It's coming up.
it was so gross.
Turtles and everything. And then he
Yeah.
just looked at me. He's like, okay, I won't drink milk no more.
No more.
No more.
Don't ever drink milk before a fucking workout.
Mm-mm.
Jeez.
So we would go. What was the fight in Tachi? The one before Colt Toombs. Remember the one guy who fucking cut him open? You cut him open. with the
Oh,
elbow?
Gabby Solorio?
Yeah.
Oh man, guy was a beast. I ended up taking him out, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm about to fight this guy." But whatever they threw at me, I was ready because they gave me confidence, they gave me heart, and I knew I was gonna be fucking ready. Because the way we were training, I was just full of testosterone and I was just like, dude, we gotta get another fight.
He was he
He
had
was
more
he was a
fights.
contender. Yeah,
Mhm.
he was 5-3, and I was only 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Yeah.
But he had some good fights. He was tough.
Yep.
And you guys back and forth. And
Oh no, I wasn't 2-0. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. 2-1, because I lost to Billy Terry. Remember?
Oh.
Shout out to you, Billy Terry.
And yeah, no, they were going back and forth. And then I remember the moment. What were you on? top of him or mount?
All I remember is putting my hooks in, and just
And I screamed out, elbow, elbow. And he
yeah,
just came down,
yep.
and this fool had a gushing, like the cut was nasty.
That was the best elbow I've ever thrown.
Yeah,
Hey,
you cut him dirty, bro.
yeah, I cut him all the way across. When I had my hooks in, he reversed me, but I ended up letting him, so I ended up on top
Top
of him.
of him,
And then he
yeah.
pushed me down, and he put his hooks on me. And then I lifted him up. I was holding his neck, and I said, "Boom, boom, clean ones." And they're all, "Elbow, elbow, Mighty Mouse," and I just said, "Boom," and he was just rocked.
Yeah.
He didn't know
Blood
what.
everywhere.
It was gushing everywhere. And then coach goes, "Get on his fucking back, turn." So I did. He ended up passing out for like a couple of seconds, remember?
Yeah.
And we ended up winning that fight. We're
Yeah.
like, damn, that was cool,
You
man.
did him dirty.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, great fighter. Big
Yeah,
shout out to
humble
that guy.
Yeah, he was very humble.
But he was one of my hardest fights. Like that guy, when he hits you, he aims to put you down.
Yeah, he was tough, man.
Yeah, he was.
So, that was what was that? The Tachi,
Damn, they gave him different names, huh?
yeah, what was it? Tachi Palace fights? Or,
Yeah, that was my first time fighting outside.
when they had it. The old school,
The old school way.
outside. Yeah,
With Mickey Martinez, Poppies, and
yeah.
everybody. The
Man,
bar.
we used to have the WEC back there. Bro.
Yeah.
Remember Uriah Faber was always there. Shoney Carter, like
Yeah.
all.
And I was just telling you how this is the gateway to UFC.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that fought at Tachi went to UFC, no
Mhm.
question.
Yeah,
and
there was a lot of fighters from Tachi.
Yeah,
that
as well
went
as
to UFC.
Frosto and
Oh
everybody.
yeah, shout out
Stephanie.
Goya. Yeah,
So I mean, it's amazing.
yeah, good times, bro. It's good
Mhm.
times. Let's talk about Colt Toombs.
Mr.
So
Colt Toombs,
yeah,
yeah.
so the way I remember Colt Toombs is somebody asked me what was my greatest win from one of my pro fighters, and I had to think about it because I had a lot of fighters back then, and I remembered Art and I remembered Roddy Piper. So if you guys know who Roddy Piper is, he's a world superstar, a wrestler. You know what I mean? The WWE back in the days, WWF actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we had an
80s,
opportunity.
90s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
80s, 90s.
So we got a call about this kid named Colt Toombs. It was going to be his debut. He was like 4-0, 5-0 as an amateur, undefeated, and he was coming from a strong camp.
Yep.
And they wanted to know if we had a fighter. So we're like, Art has his medicals and stuff, and he's ready to go.
I was 0-1.
Yeah, but he has he hasn't been cutting weight for the fight, and the fight was like in 2 weeks. 2
2
weeks.
weeks notice.
Yeah, 2 weeks. And I talked to Art, me, Gabe. We got together and we talked to Art, and he's like, you know what? I was like, if you can cut the weight clean without getting sick or anything like that, I'll let you fight, but it's up to you. And you were like,
How much weight did we cut?
15, 20 pounds?
Yeah, 15, 20 pounds. I remember.
Yeah. I was like, if you can do it healthy, and if you want, we can take this fight. You know
And
what
we
I mean?
did.
It's a good fight. And I watched a little bit of footage on the kid, and he was really tough. He was a wrestler. He was a wrestler.
He was a wrestler.
So I was like, let's go. And you started cutting weight. Little by little, we were eating nothing but fruits and.
I was eating fruits, avocados, grapes, but I couldn't put too much sugar intake, natural sugars, because it runs through your blood. So I really had to cut that down and dilute it with water, lots of lemon for the citrus, so I could cut that weight. But it was the hardest cut I have ever done, and it fucking hurt. It hurt me, but not hurt to where I know I'm gonna get beat up and stuff. It just hurt. It starts mentally hurting you, like, oh man, I kind of don't feel right. Like I don't. And then he kept pushing me, like, no, it's just your mind's messing with you.
We'll get over this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna get over
We'll
this.
get over it.
That's right.
We get over it.
And
you know
we
what I mean?
did.
And he made weight.
I made
He fucking made weight, bro. What was that? 145?
What if we made
30?
I remember specifically the weight 144.1.
Yeah.
When we made that weight, or
It was
0.3.
it was at 135. You were even under, huh?
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my gosh, dude, 145s is crazy. But this guy was bulky, remember?
Yeah, he was swole.
Yeah, he was
He
swole. And I'm
swole.
looking across and I'm like, hey, coach,
Is that him?
Is that him?
Because you never even seen him.
No.
I think maybe a picture, but maybe like a headshot. You know what I mean? But nothing. And yeah, he's like, is that fool? I was like, yeah, that's the boy.
And I'm like, this was yoked. And I'm like, all right, hold on. He goes, where you going? I go, I'm gonna try to size him up. I want to go. I want to go walk
Scooting
by
next
him.
to him, yeah.
Hey, I walked by him. This fool's arms were huge, and he didn't even look dehydrated.
No,
I
he
was
looked
just
good.
like-
He was a cool ass kid. Real
Very
humble.
humble.
Yeah. I remember the day of the fight. You were in the back. I went and met his dad, Rowdy
That
Piper.
was awesome.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked. I was, hey, I'm your opponent. Your
So-and-so.
son, yeah, coach. He's like, oh man, well, good luck to you guys. You know what I mean? My son's been training hard. You guys just give a good fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good luck. So he was really humble, real cool, man. So
Yeah.
that was an amazing fight, bro. You look so good.
Yeah.
You were flowing combinations. I remember he had you in a deep ass armbar.
Yeah. Bro, that arm bar was crazy, huh? Because my arm was bent, coach.
Mhm. You lifted him up.
Like halfway, his head was right here. to
Yeah,
me.
straight.
Yeah.
Straight.
You know what? It's funny that you mentioned that because when he lifted me up and he got me, and I go, I'm not gonna lose to you, bro. And he's like, I'm gonna break your arm. And now you can hear
Oh,
I'm
he was
gonna
telling you?
Yeah, we were talking, and I was like, I refuse to lose, bro. I'm gonna pick this up. So I picked him up, and he's like, oh shit. Then I slammed him on his head and he let it go. But in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna go out. And I'm gonna go out with a bang. You ain't breaking my arm. If you're gonna break my arm, I'm still not
Yeah.
tapping out. We're gonna go all the way, baby. Remember?
Man, he fucking switched that armbar quick.
Yeah.
Had his legs back across your face, and you lifted him up hella crazy, bro. Boom, slammed him, and he let go.
Yeah.
He let go.
'Cause he hit the side of his head, remember?
Yeah.
And he let go, and he was just like, whoa. So we ended up getting into a little scramble, and we just kept going. That was the last round, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that was the last round.
Yeah, you were hitting them inside kicks, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, bro, and then you won. Like it was a I don't want to say close fight. But you could
I had the
clearly-
takedowns.
Yeah.
I had the inside cage work. Remember when I had him up against the cage, and I need him, and then I looked over and I elbowed him,
Yeah.
and I got away from
You
him.
were stuffing his takedowns.
I was
yeah.
stuffing his
And
takedowns.
I think when you were stuffing his takedowns, that surprised him because he's a wrestler. Oh, he came from Team Quest.
There you
Team
go.
Quest out there, yeah. They're
In
heavy,
Georgia.
heavy. Heavy wrestling.
Yeah, and
So
jiu-jitsu.
yeah, and jujitsu.
Yeah.
So when you started stuffing his takedowns, he's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And then
Yep.
you had hands and quick, in and out. Yeah. So, but
Like I thought this guy was supposed to be a stepping stone.
Yeah,
Remember? That's what they
yeah.
said. Somebody in the commentator said attached to like, yeah, he's what they say, they were like Art BECERRA, they're looking at him as a stepping stone.
yeah,
And I heard him, and I'm like, this
motherfucker.
motherfucker ain't no stepping stone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm gonna show you right now what Madera can do. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no, yeah, they wanted they were trying to feed you to him. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But I knew it was not gonna go that way.
Nah, heck no. The way you were training me, the way we were ready for anything. So when that name came up, Gabe was like, and you were like, this is gonna open so much doors for you if you beat this guy. And I was
Yeah.
like, cool. And as a matter of fact, it did. We just kept fighting Gabe Solorio. We fought a bunch of people, and we
Yeah.
just kept going and going. And it was crazy. It was a good journey, dude.
Yeah.
loved it.
So have you guys been up with the UFC? The Ultimate Fighter as well. You know a name, Cody Gibson.
Oh yeah, go.
He just fought recently too. He fought on the Ultimate Fighter. He lost the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cody Gibson. This man fought him as well.
Yep.
Went to a decision. It was a good fucking fight.
Yeah, dude. I felt like I won.
Yeah, I thought you won.
Yeah, I felt like I won.
I thought you won. You know what I mean? And that's not being biased because I was your coach and everything.
No.
But going and looking back at it, I thought you won.
Mhm.
But Cody was tough too.
Cody was tough. We keep in contact. I sometimes I message him. He's like, I'm like, hey Cody, how you been? He goes, oh, I'm out here so and so training. You know, if I go, hey man, I kind of like let me know when you're in town or whatever. We'll catch up and spar. Cause I got one more year in me. I wanna hit this next year and I wanna hit it. You know what I mean? And I wanna hit it good and just call it. You know, but that one of the fighters that I would like to fight and get redeemed from is, Cody Gibson. He's a badass fighter.
Yeah.
And Anthony Avila, you know what I mean? From the guillotine jump that he got me,
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I have never gotten beat up by nobody on coach.
No.
I only got tapped out or choked out, and that's it. But a lot of people knew that my hands were good. So they were kind of like, oh man, all right, watch out, dude, because he's crispy.
Yeah.
This guy's solid. He's good with hands. Watch out, you know. So
I remember in the back when I was holding pads and you were fucking hitting him.
you can hear it. Boom.
It was Ray Cepho.
Yeah.
Remember Ray Cepho?
He's like,
it was a Nam Fam too back there.
yeah, Nam
Yeah,
fan.
and Ray Cepho was like, "That's your boy." He's like, "Man,
I wouldn't want to get hit.
yeah." I think that's what you thought. Avila. Yeah.
Yeah, and I lost.
yeah.
Yeah, and I lost.
But yeah, Ray Cepho was like, "Man, he's got the power
Yeah.
and beautiful technique." I was
Yeah.
like, "Man, thank you." You know what I mean?
Yeah, as a
So-
matter of fact, after the fight, Anthony Avila goes back. He looks for me and he goes, "Bro, what the fuck, dude? What do you got in your legs?"
Damn.
His whole leg was purple and ugly.
Bro, that inside kick that I love it.
It was
so
fast.
Yeah.
It was a whiplash. Huh?
Oh, yeah, bro. I remember that. That was beautiful.
It was beautiful. But my best fight was Colt Toombs. My best fight.
That was the best performance, bro.
Yeah.
So after that fight, I think maybe a day after, I think it was,
Mhm.
I was watching the Access fights. It was
Boss
Rutan and I forgot the gentleman's name. But anyways, they're talking about fights and they're talking about Tachi. You know what I mean? And they're talking about Colt Toombs and then Art Becerra.
And then I pop out. Remember?
Yeah. Boom! They show you punching and I think the armbar and the inside kick and the Boss Root was like, man, this Art Becerra striking is beautiful.
Yeah, I remember that.
He gave you a lot of props, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, man.
It's like this guy got the bright future
Yeah.
ahead of him.
He's like, man, he's got beautiful striking, his movements, and
Yeah.
he's like, I've heard of Colt Toombs, you know what I mean, because of his dad, but he's
Yeah.
like, man, that's a good win for Art.
Yeah.
That was.
We were proud that night, huh? We
Yeah.
were like, man, this is what we're like. Hey, but you can tell he was pissed, huh?
Yeah.
Not so much of his son, but he was just pissed off. Like, man, this guy, they should have picked better because I was no stepping stone.
Yeah, he was Roddy Piper. Yeah, he was expecting his son to win.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean?
With the face that he had,
Yeah,
guaranteed.
yeah. So he was kind of upset maybe at the Tachi because they should have picked somebody. You know what I mean? Worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a good fight, man.
And he never came back. He never fought.
He never had
again.
another fight.
Never.
Mhm.
And I always trying to keep up with him. Every year I would look for him. Like, is he gonna come back?
Yeah, I actually was looking for your guys' fight and stuff online.
Uh huh.
It was there a few years back, but now I can't even find it or anything.
No.
I just found that interview with what Bloody Elbow,
Bloody Mayhem.
Bloody Mayhem.
Mm.
You did the interview after the fight interview with him.
Yeah.
That's the only one I found, and then on I think Sherdog, I found some pictures.
Yeah. On Sherdog, and then I told him, I go, hey, let's stand up. You know what I mean? I want to stand up with you. But he ended up getting scared of my striking. He tried to take me down.
Oh,
hella times,
remember? Oh yeah, he was shooting and
He was
shooting.
shooting.
And he just stuffing
and
it.
I was just stuffing it. I was like, hey, let's stand up and give him a show. Because remember, after the fight, went to the interview. He goes, that was the agreement to keep it up. I guess he didn't want to.
Yeah, he's not a man of his word.
Shout outs to Colt Toombs if we're watching this, Bubba. We got mad love for you. Thank you. You know what I mean, for giving me the opportunity. To his dad, what's up, Rowdy?
He passed away.
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah.
That's right. But you know,
But that was good, man. That was
that was a good fight. I loved it.
bring back memories, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Tachi had
Tachi was the shit, man. You fought Tachi when you were coming up, you knew you had something going.
Yeah,
Because they wouldn't get just bums. They would get
no,
good guys.
they would bring people from all over the world.
Brazil,
Oh,
China, like everywhere.
everywhere.
Your name came up like,
Who was that? Richard Goodman, right?
yeah,
He was one of the
yep.
matchmakers, and
And then what's his name? Richard Goodman, and he does the 559 fights.
Jeremy
Jeremy,
Lukow. Yeah,
yeah.
Jeremy.
They do. Jeremy Lee Child's a big 559, and big
Yeah,
shout out to Jeremy.
shout out to 559 Fights,
Yep.
man. Jeremy.
Yeah.
They're the longest running amateur show.
Yep. Yep.
Amateur show. When I was doing classes at Chris's
Yep.
gym, shout out to Chris,
What up?
Madeira Martial Arts. Well, Chris is an old student of mine too, an older student of mine, like arts.
Yeah, very good guy. Very humble. Yeah, he'll teach you some things. You know, his gym, he got a lot of hogs in there too.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah,
doing
big shout outs
good.
to mixed martial arts, all the fighters out there, man. You guys
Madeira.
keep it up, man. You guys look good.
So
You
I
guys
was
look good.
I was out there doing classes with him, and then my daughter Jessie was doing classes as well. But I was running and doing the Muay Thai class,
Yeah.
and he would take all the fighters to the 559 fights over there, and they threw good shows, man.
Yeah. If you are coming up and if you're an amateur fighter, your best bet is 559 fights. That's where you want to be until you feel like you're ready to go pro. That's, you know what I mean? That's where you want to go.
Yeah, they got good matchmaking over there. I think Chris is a matchmaker. A good staff over there.
Yep.
A great show. You know what I mean? Jeremy knows what he's doing. Very professional. They match you up good. You know what I mean? They don't feed you to anybody. So yeah, shout out 559 Fights. Talking about amateurs, let's talk a little about amateur fighters, because I like to give information to fighters, especially amateur fighters. You know what I mean? Because they need it. What do you think some of the mistakes you see amateur fighters do when they, let's say, their first or two fights? What's some big
Oh, man.
mistakes?
I've seen lots of them. But it's
Yeah.
only a learning process. But the main one that I seen was trying to headhunt in the first, which is a lot of overhands, a lot of overhand rights. And the big thing about overhand rights, if you're throwing it with everything and your chin is past your knee, you're off balance. So if you got a good wrestler coming up to you, and you think you're gonna catch him with the overhand, and he's a good wrestler, you're gonna get taken down because you're off balance. A lot of the guys, that's what they do.
Yeah, so I think you're trying to say too, when those overhands are just nervousness throws.
Yeah.
It could fucking close your
Just-
eyes and
yep.
haymakers. You know
Close
what
your
I mean?
eyes and haymakers. I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of people just do that and just hopefully they land. No, don't hopefully. You have to be precise. Even though it's an amateur fight, you want to be precise where it's gonna land. And if you're gonna throw it, don't close your eyes and be prepared to get taken down to either sprawl out right away and to reposition yourself.
Yeah, overthrowing your punches.
Yeah,
When you-
overthrowing your
when
punches.
you overthrow your punches, you always land off balance, and
Yeah.
that's you know what I mean. That's the easiest way to get taken down, or overthrow it, and you're off balance and get kicked in the fucking face. One of the things that I always see, and I always say, accepting position.
Yeah.
So like what I mean, accepting position. If you're going and you get taken down, a lot of the times they'll just sit there and they'll accept that position,
and they won't do nothing.
They won't do nothing. And once you have your opponent on top of you,
Yeah.
it's like fucking moving a rock off of you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Where's the scramble? Right away, as soon as you
Boom.
get taken down. Where's the scramble?
Exactly.
Where's just the snake? The snake move. Get out of there. Do not accept the position
Do
where
not.
you're gonna be, because you'll be stuck there.
Yeah, and then you'll fucking lose, because they're only 2-minute rounds, right?
Yeah, 2 minute rounds.
2-minute rounds for the
And they go quick.
amateurs. Yeah, quick. So
They go quick.
when we had the amateur fighters, first thing I would always tell them: do not accept the position if you get taken down. If you get taken down, use your momentum, scramble, underhooks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is the worst position you want to be in, especially.
Mhm.
A lot of people, oh, it's just an amateur fight. Yeah, but those amateur fights is just like any other pro. If you lose, it goes hard on the fighter. Believe me.
Yeah.
Mentally. So like Coach said, do not accept that position. As soon as you get down, and if you guys hit the ground, scramble, get out of there, pop back up
Right away.
right away. It's the most important thing you gotta know when
Yeah.
you go to the ground.
Learn how to get up from the floor. Do a lot of that training, especially on the fence.
Huh?
You know
On
what I
the
mean?
cage, yep.
Because they get pressed up. They don't know how to underhook. They don't know how to turn.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Those are a lot of techniques that you should be, especially getting off of the fucking floor.
Yeah. Like if you get put on the cage, like my last fight, perfect example. It's been a long time. I accepted that position. So what happened? I stood there and didn't do nothing. And that's a big mistake that I did. That's getting comfortable with it. As soon as you touch the cage, turn them around, get them out of there, reposition yourself, circle out, and get back to the center.
Yeah.
If you're a striker, that's where you want to be.
Another one I always see is, and this is not only for amateurs; these are pros as well. Stop following your fucking opponent. You know what I mean? And when I mean stop following them, cut them off, cut the cage off. They do a dance. He'll go this way, and the other guy just follow him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's unnecessary movements.
Yeah.
If he moves to the right, you just take the little step, cut right in front of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'll eliminate a lot of movement. That'll help your cardio out as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's true what he says because you know, we do that at Halo, and then I've been going to Dethrone lately. Big shout outs to Gil.
Hey, big shout outs to Angel.
Yeah, big
You know,
shout outs to Angel.
Angel Lopez, man,
Yeah.
and Halo, you know.
Yeah, he's good people, good home. And then Dethrone Richard, you know what I mean? Richard and Gil and
Mike Moreno.
Mike Barreto, yeah. I get hit a lot in the head sometimes, so I get brain farts. So sorry, you know how it is. We're like
Oh, dun-dun-dun.
Ralph Alvaro, LeVar, what's up,
Oh,
baby?
big
You
LeVar.
already know. But yeah, don't follow your fighter. That is the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. Me and coach are like, why is he following his fighter? Let him come back to you. Reposition yourself back to the center. Cut him off.
Cut him off.
Yeah, why follow him and get more tired? You know?
That's a big
I don't get it.
thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it a lot. You know what I mean? I get frustrated.
Yeah.
Cut the motherfucker off. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're going all the way around, why follow him? Cut him this way, and then keep cutting it. And by the time you know it, you have him pinned against the
Yeah.
cage.
The
Easy.
best way to learn that is boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing, because boxing has beautiful footwork, and they teach you that. You know what I mean? How to cut off the ring, how to pivot, how to cut your opponent off,
Yeah.
even how to make your opponent move. You know what I mean? So there's not only moving with your opponent, there's also making your opponent come into you.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of tricks, man. But boxing is beautiful.
You know who showed me that? Batman. Brian O'Williams.
Brian.
Yeah.
Oh,
Coach, big
Coach-
shout outs to
Coach
Batman
Brian.
and you know, Evan and everybody out there. You know, when I go training with those guys, they teach you. I mean, this guy is he's a fanatic from your toes to the
Box,
tip
yeah.
of your head. He's very, very anal and very, very sharp on everything you do in
Mhm.
boxing, how to cut people off, just like he said. And if you want to be a good cutoff guy, go to boxing. Just don't train boxing. Train all the mix. That's why it's called mixed martial arts, you guys.
Martial arts, yeah.
Learn everything you can. Soak it in. Get it in your head, and know that it's just not one style. It's multiple.
Yeah, because boxing is beautiful. Because you can do Muay Thai, but Muay Thai don't have the footwork. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have the footwork, and it doesn't have the fancy punches. You know what I mean? But you have to. Boxing is beautiful. Speaking of Brian, he was training me when I had my first. I did my first boxing. I had Muay Thai fights, but I've never done boxing before. You know what I mean? And I picked it up real quick because he had his own style. But when the story I wanted to say is, so he's a police officer.
Yeah.
Okay, and he
captain.
would captain. He would train his other police officers in boxing.
Yep.
And one day he's like, "Hey, coach, I got these guys in here. They need some sparring rounds. You have can your fighters come and spar?" I was like, "Yeah, you know what I mean. They're all MMA fighters." I was like, "You want them to go live with them?" He's like, "Yeah, beat the shit out of them, show them what's up." And I was like, I went back to you guys, and I was like, "Hey, these are police officers over here. They're learning boxing. They need us to spar them." And they're like, "Oh, you know, they already had respect for the cops." They're like, "So do we hit them hard?" I was like, "Yeah." Brian said,
Beat him up. Beat him up. Get him.
Yeah, get him.
Teach him what it is. I want him to go live because of what we do as cops.
And
That
then
was
so they
insane.
went and sparred him, and they fucking knuckled him up. And then like a few days passed by, and everybody comes in, Coach, when are the cops coming back? When are the cops
Yeah.
coming back? But man, yeah, that was fun. That was fun. He had some good fighters, man. Right?
What was his name? His good fighter that went to he went to, what is it, top team? Oh, not top team. He signed to Top Rank. Joey.
Joey,
Joey.
yeah. Joey's a
Badass
beast,
fighter. He
yeah.
was a beast, man. He was a beast. And coach trained him for a long time. And that tells you a lot about skill because he got signed to Top Rank by and Coach Brian, he knows boxing. He knows boxing. He trains with the world's best.
Yeah, we got a lot of talent here in the valley.
So many names to mention. It's crazy.
So we're from like Fresno, Madera
Uh-huh.
area in the valley. And they're like, it was just a hub of MMA, especially back in the days when
Yeah.
you were coming up and stuff. You know what I mean? They were just so, but Peter Ortiz, Chuck Liddell, because what was it? Chuck Liddell's manager at the Zinkins.
The Zekins
yeah,
were LeVar's manager
as well.
Yeah,
So
with
Josh Koscheck.
Josh Koscheck. Yeah, he was my coach. That's when I went to Bellator. That was super sick.
So they were at the time. A lot of the fighters would come by. You know what I mean? Or in the valley. I partied with Chuck a few times.
Fun guy to be around
Yeah.
with.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, at the time, just MMA was really, really strong here in the valley. You know what I mean? And it's just grown so much, man. But
We're a bottomless pit
oh,
when it came down to all the UFC fighters. Like these UFC fighters were UFC fighters, and we were like, oh man, it's Chuck Liddell, it's Tito Ortiz, bro, look. And we would just get super stoked, and me and Coach were like, man, this is it right here. This is what it's all about.
it was fun, man.
Yeah.
I loved it. So yeah, there's what fights coming up tomorrow? Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Serrano and Taylor.
Oh man,
Oh,
yeah.
that's what I want to watch.
Those girls are beasts. bro.
Beast, dude.
You know
And
what
they're
I
not
mean?
playing. They're not playing.
Oh,
They're,
okay.
they're in it to win it. Both of them. And remember the last fight, how they got it up?
All just stood in front of each other.
I mean, they weren't moving, y'all. Like them females were ready to go all the way. They're gonna have to kill me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Jake Paul, man. A lot of people don't really like him or they talk shit about him, but man, that
He has big kahunas to call out the best fighter in the world, period. Because you got two of the most baddest fighters in the planet, which is Muhammad Ali and Tyson. And he has big balls, dude.
yeah.
Big balls.
Jake Paul's doing good, man.
Yeah.
He brought a lot of eyeballs to boxing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I just love watching fights. You know what I mean?
And he got good within those 4 years,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah. He's gotten good.
Yeah.
He ain't great. You know what I mean? But he's
Yeah.
good. You know, he's
It's a learning process.
yeah.
He's only 27.
yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Tyson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I am.
I'm excited. Hopefully Tyson just knock his ass out, and hopefully they go 100%. You know. So.
Yeah. So if you guys seen the weigh-ins earlier, you know he means business. Talking is over. That's what he said. He slapped him.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, Mike Tyson's not playing.
Tyson's a legend, bro. And then
Yeah.
that's Friday on Netflix. It's free. And then Saturday we got Bones Jones and Milchek, UFC 309. Ooh.
Write on the comments if you guys have seen this and see who do you guys got. You know what I mean? Because that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, let us know who you got,
Yeah.
Jones or Milchek. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's
Yeah.
gonna be a good fight. You know what I mean? A lot of people talking down on it, you know, because they say it's too old, they've been out, and
Yeah.
this and that. But I just love watching fights. You know what I mean? Like I always say, if the neighbors are gonna fight, I'm gonna go pull up a chair and watch them motherfuckers fight. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I pick fights with my wife just
Yeah.
to fight. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. She beat my ass.
Yeah,
But
dude.
I'm excited. Who you got?
I got Tyson, dude.
No, you got Tyson.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I got Tyson.
On the
yeah.
UFC one,
We'll go to
I
boxing.
got Bones.
Okay, you got Bones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Milchek.
Okay.
I bet you $1 million. All
Respect.
right,
I
$1
got
million.
that money
You
right
guys
now.
saw it
Just
here.
go to the bank.
But yeah, some good fights coming up,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, Art's what's the fighting the league up here in Table Mountain?
It's Valley Fight Series,
Valley Fight Series.
and it's thrown by Jordan and Jordan. And they're
and
both
Jordan.
Jordan and Jordan, and also Angel, he puts money in there. Um, but it's a good organization to go to. Next year I'll be fighting there. Like I couldn't fight November because my blood work came back and abnormalities came up, and for the people that don't know, I got away from the scenery for a while because I was fighting, cancer. I told the coach I was fighting cancer, so I'm
He
not
said it's
scared.
counter. I said the gays coming out.
The game coming out, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I got sick for a while, and but Lord to God, glory to God that I got okay. So I gotta eat better. I was just eating all kinds of junk food. So for a lot of people that don't know, fighters get sick because we tend to go up and down, and
Yeah.
it's easy to get sick. So when you cut massive weight, you're entering diabetes. You're entering a world of hurt to get sick.
Yeah.
So it's very dangerous to do that.
It's always good just to maintain a weight.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
something I didn't do.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
you go on a diet and crash diet and stuff like that, and it you know, tend to lose a lot of weight, and then when you come back on, and you just boom.
Yep.
So
A lot of the fighters have had diabetes because of it. You cut
Yeah.
too much.
too much.
Yep.
But yeah. So we've been trying to plan this for a while. We finally got it going.
Heck yeah. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm new at doing this podcast stuff, but I have fun with it. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Anything you want to say before we leave? Or
Big shout outs to Dethrone, Richard Falcon and Gil for always showing me love, and Josh Koscheck, Ralph Alvaro. I didn't mention because it's just too many. But if I worked with you and you helped me out, I'm sending mad love to you guys. Mad love to the person that always lended their hand to me, because being a pro fighter is not easy. It's not.
not at all, bro. It's a
No.
lot of sacrifice.
A lot of sacrifices. A lot of sacrifices.
Sometimes a lot of sacrifice with little reward. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah, some people make it, some people don't. Oh, and now one more shout out I want to make to my boy Mike Ryan that he just passed away. Big shout outs to him and his family, and Lisa York. We love you, girl. We're here to support you. And this guy Mike Ryan, like, he was no punk. He would fight. He would fight every week and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was an amazing guy, my brother. So big shout outs to him. But thank you for having me on this podcast.
Yeah,
It's
for
fun.
sure. No, yeah, like I said, I'm new at this. I just one day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make YouTube videos, and you know what I mean. I'm gonna fucking get podcast stuff, and just started doing it. But that's how you do things, you know what I
Yep.
mean? So we're getting better at this, and it's fun, you know what I
Yep.
mean? So like I said, somebody's gonna want to watch it, and little by little, it's like anything. It's like training. It's like fighting. You just start from here. It's on the bottom. There's levels. You know what I mean? But this is fun. Yeah, I enjoyed having you here. We were trying to plan this for like,
For a while now.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, for a few weeks.
Yeah, and for the past 2 weeks I was sick. I
Yeah.
just got sick because I didn't start my diet or anything. So I finally feel better. I finally I was like, Coach, where you at? He's like, I'm barely getting home. Let's do it. He's like, all right, come through.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
And
go.
here I am, man.
Yeah,
So,
no. Good times. Good
and you know
times.
who's fighting at that table, man?
Hmm.
You never guess.
Ooh.
Tarzan. You remember Tarzan?
Tarzan.
Yeah, Tarzan. He fought Anthony Perales at Eagle Mountain a long time
Oh,
ago.
little guy?
He's fighting there.
Oh, no
Yeah,
way.
and then he's like, "Oh, you better go." And then my boy James, JD, he's fighting there along with his daughter, Jaylene.
Oh,
And
okay.
she's bad, dude. Yeah, if there's anybody you want to interview, it would be her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and she's an amateur. And
Hey,
stuff.
talking about the Valley, what is it?
The Valley Fight Series. Yeah.
Shout out to my brother-in-law, man. He's the heavyweight champ over there.
Ooh.
AJ Perez.
No way.
He just won the belt over there. Yeah. He's my brother-in-law. He's a fucking beast, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ. You haven't seen us?
No.
fight? No? Yeah.
I'm about to check him out.
AJ's a fucking beast, bro. He was like undefeated, like 6 or 7-0 in his amateur fights. He had like 2-3 belts, like all finishes. And then his first pro fight was at A1.
Oh no, wait a minute. I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking about. Yeah.
he fought Brandon Cash's brother.
Yeah.
And knocked him out in like
Fuck, what was his
few
name?
seconds.
Oh, Brandon Cash's brother. I forgot his
I
name.
forgot his name. He's such a sweetheart. He's a
Yeah,
nice guy,
he was
man.
supposed to fight last one, but he broke his hand. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Um,
bro. We can't remember.
No, well, I met him a few times. You know what I mean? And then when AJ fought his brother, I seen Brandon Cash out there. You know what I mean?
Brandon Cash, yeah, he was supposed to fight on that card when I fought, but the guy ended
The
up
guy
having
ended up tripping out,
tripping
cussing
out.
people out,
Yeah,
doing all
it
kinds
was
of drugs,
weird.
and
Yeah,
they said that he started threatening people, pulled out a knife,
and he
and
took their money.
yeah, he pulled out like an hour before the fight.
He just wanted the money and bounce.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yep, it was
Well,
weird.
that
But
was
Brandon Cash was super pissed, and then he started calling out people. Any takers out there that want to
let's
go again?
go. I want to fight him. I'll tell you, the hardest I've ever hit was by Brandon Cash.
Hey, Brandon
He's a
Cash.
big fool.
If you seen Brandon Cash back in his days, I mean,
Oh
he
man,
knocked fools out.
him and LeVar.
Even LeVar, they got the heavy hitters in Central Valley, man. I wouldn't want to get hit by those gorillas. I swear.
I got hit by Brandon. I'm telling you.
I got jabbed by LeVar one time. My
Yeah.
life was over.
Mhm.
Well,
It
cool.
that hurt. I was tough, but man,
Yeah,
those heavyweights are
they're no joke.
ain't no joke,
No
man.
joke. No joke.
Ain't no joke. But man, I thank you for coming, Art. Man, this is fun.
I
You
got
know what I
mad
mean?
love for you, bro.
Yeah,
Man.
this
Take
is
care.
fun. So we have to do it again.
Yeah.
Like I said, on my YouTube channel, you know, man, I like doing a lot of stuff for amateur fighters and reviewing fights and stuff like that. So, and we're gonna try to bring you guys a little bit more podcasts and interviews and stuff like that. And then maybe we're gonna do this on a continuing
Yeah,
thing. You know
I
what I
would like
mean?
to. It's fun.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody out there that subscribes to my channel and anybody that I've trained. You know what I mean? Just talk good about me.
Back to you, Hernandez.
Hey. So yeah, anything you want to say like before we leave again?
I said my piece, man. I
All
said
right.
to everybody, you know, especially the guys that have been helping me lately, which is Gil and Richard Falcon and all the fighters from D-Throne. Big shout outs to you guys. Angel Lopez, and all the fighters, all my team are Hernandez and James, which is JD, one of my partner. You know, I go train with them, his daughter and everybody else. You know, so good luck on November
Yeah.
23rd at Table Mountain. Go get your tickets and enjoy some good fights. You know,
Yeah.
go
Oh,
support.
and I have Dan Henderson. He has a.
Oh, that's right,
You guys know who Dan Henderson is.
for sure.
Yeah, he's got 2 belts in Pride. You know what I mean? Strike Force. He's freaking
UFC.
UFC. Knocked out.
Now that
He knocked out Vanderlei
Bisping,
Silva and
Bisping.
Bisping. Yeah.
That was that was like still the coldest knockout ever.
Oh
I don't
man,
care.
he has. Yeah, that was dirty.
That was dirty.
Oh my God. He has a fight league up in Temecula, California, and the promoter he reached out to me, and they're looking for fighters. I think the next one it was January 8th. So they're really looking for women. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But anybody want to fight for them, they'll cover travel and the room. Let me know or hit up Art if you're female. So they throw a great show. Great
I
show.
love watching females fight because it's a no horse bar with them,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
They aim to knock each other's
Man,
fucking heads
yeah,
off.
they got no ego, bro. They
No,
just
like the men, we got too much respect for each other. They do not have respect for anything. They're in there to
mm-mm.
get you.
And then usually the women are like don't even come in to start fighting. They just train and end up being fighters.
Yeah,
That's the best.
and they're hogs,
Hogs, bro.
hogs.
Yeah,
But thank you for having me on the show, man.
yeah,
Thank
for
you so
sure.
much.
This is fun.
There's
So
more to come, people. There's more to come. I guarantee you that.
yeah, yeah. My channel's been doing pretty good, little by little. But once again, man, it was great having you here.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna to do this again.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, subscribe if you're watching this. Any friends or family of Art, please subscribe to my channel, and we'll do this again.
Heck yeah.
We'll do this again.
Yeah.
Coach Jesse, when I'm out.
Mighty Mouse.